What if Captain America was the shield hero? So, sorry it took a bit. I wanted to start reading the web novel of Shield Hero, just to see it, because I heard of some characters that I sort of want to add. So, I'm doing that. Um, and so, yeah, two of them was going to be in this. What if? Two of the two of the ones that aren't in the anime yet. So, yeah, let's get into it. So, the way Captain America gets summoned is he just took down, like, him and the other Avengers just took down a guy's, like some wizard, because wizards are in the Marvel Universe. Magic, yeah. Took down some wizard and, look, well, like they were searching for a wizard. They were looking through one of his bases to find anything. Captain America opens a book and he sees Legend of the Four Cardinal Heroes. He sees the four Cardinal Heroes, how they're heroes that are meant to save the world from a terrible disaster, and how they each have a singular weapon. They have a sword, bow, spear, and a shield. And he sort of chuckles at the last one because he uses a shield. He has a shield with him, and he flips through the different things, like looking through the different chapters, like for the spear hero, how he's loyal to his friends to the end, but can sometimes be blinded by it, something like that. Then he says the sword hero, he focuses on power and he he focuses on power and getting stronger. That like alone. Then the bow hero focuses on justice and peace, which he thinks was a lot like him, just because he's Captain America. Justice and all that. So yeah, and then he gets the shield hero. Oh yeah, one thing. Well, for a couple things. So first, I'm not I'm not gonna use just the movies or just the comics version of Captain America. I'm sort of gonna just mix them in because it can be references in certain places, um, and I'm gonna use the age from the movies, like how he's physically 27 and but physically 27, but he's actually 93. Yeah, so yeah, I'm doing that, and yeah, what was the next thing? So I'm doing that, and if I remember it, I'll stop again. So yeah, he gets to the shield hero, and he's curious as to what this will say, but the pages are blank. Starts flipping through more just to. Oh yeah, here we go. I remember it. I'll try to go into more detail about in this what if. So I'll try to make more than 3 or 4 parts. I'll try and make this as long as I'm able to. And I'm trying to make it go on for as long as I'm able to. So yeah. The pages start the blank pages start glowing, and he ends up looking, and he sort of freaked out. He has his shield with him, and he has he wakes up on the floor, on some cold stone floor, when he hears, "Oh, save this world! Please save this world, oh great heroes!" And he is completely confused. He starts looking around, he sees a bunch of like hooded figures in the doorway. He sees a bunch of hooded figures in the doorway, and he sees some and he looks on himself. He sees a different shield than what he has. Yes, I am letting him keep the Captain America shield because he still he's good at using it. I'm pretty much calling it Vibranium Shield. And it's gonna be like a special shield where it's like there's no time limit to he can keep it up for as long as he wants, and it doesn't cost SP. It doesn't cost SP or anything. It's pretty much like he can keep it, he can pretty much make that his default if he wants to. But he's not going to just to it is a default for fighting, but he's not going to use it for just walking around because it's a bit big. So yeah, I'm letting that go. And he starts to ask what's going on, and then he gets stopped when there's 3 huh? And he turns around and sees 3 kids compared to him, holding a bow, a spear, and a sword. And they say he quickly figures out that these must be the other 3 heroes since the guys said heroes instead of just hero. So also sorry if the picture you want more of the picture, but it's just to show more of that than anything else. So yeah, and then all of a sudden he hears them start demanding stuff send us back send us back right now. Don't you feel guilty tearing us away from our homes without our consent? And yeah, so yeah, so this is gonna he starts to think that these people are these kids are a bit arrogant for this, but he's forgives them since they're kids. So yeah. They said, and then one of them asks, if you really want us to help you, then we can't, we aren't gonna help you if we get nothing out of it. Only for you to send us home without anything. All the guys, all the hooded guys reply, but of course, Sir Heroes, we want to. Well, yeah, sorry. We'll be promptly rewarded after each wave. But first we must let you speak with our king. Sorry, I'm imagining reading the words of it. And then it's getting replaced with other things. So it's sort of confused. It's weird. It's almost like I have a script in my head. But yeah, so they head on, and yeah, so yeah, once they get to a set of spiraling stairs, and they look out, and he looks out the window, he sees a bunch of he sees a bunch of buildings, and he sees plains beyond large stone walls. So yeah. So yeah. Hang it. One of them, then the one with the sword, I think, says it really is similar, isn't it? Yes, what do you mean? And yeah, Captain America responds, what do you mean? What do you mean, like... Ah, dang it. Sorry. I'm just doing it again. Mental script is changing again. That's weird. I really gotta stop doing that, but it helps when I'm trying to be more descriptive. So yeah, it says, "Oh well, it looks just like in the game. Like it looks just like it is. Ugh, it looks just like it is in the game." And he asks, "What game? How can you?" And he responds with, "How could you not have heard of it?" And then they hear change slightly. Yeah. Jeez. So, yeah, one of the hooded figures asks, "Please, sir heroes, we must hurry to the king. He's waiting patiently for us." And the one with the spear says, "Ah, yes, we can't keep the king, his majesty, waiting any longer." So yeah, once they get in front of the king, he says, "Welcome, sir heroes. We must thank you for deciding to help us in this endeavor." Something like that. I don't know. And the Sphere hero says, "Just because we're helping you doesn't mean that you have control over us. Don't think you can tell us what to do." The one with the sword. Well, I'm just gonna call them by their names. Actually, no. I'm gonna wait. Hold off until they tell their names. Yeah, one with the sword nods in agreement and says, "Don't think, yeah, don't think you can control it. Don't think you can tame us, because you can't." Yeah, and the king says, "Of course, heroes. Now, I must ask each of your names. There's Moriyasu, what was his last name? Doesn't really matter. I think it was referred to, they called him his last name in the thing. When they get to Captain America, I'm probably gonna end up calling him Naofumi. I probably am. I'm gonna try not to do that. If I do, just remember it's Captain America. And when he gets to Captain America, he stops. He says, "Welcome, Sir Moriyasu, Sir Ren, and Sir Itsuki. With you heroes here, we should be able to fight off the waves." And Captain America clears his throat and says, "Excuse me, Your Majesty. It seems you have forgotten about me." "Ah, of course, Shield Hero." And yeah, and he stops. Captain America says, "Steve Rogers, 27, or I guess I should say 93. I think that was. Yeah, age 27, or I guess I should say 93." And all of a sudden, there's a look of shock on, all the nobles and all the heroes, all that. And it says, What do you mean, 27, or I guess I should say 93? You're 93? Well, yes and no. What do you mean yes and yeah? Well, yes and no. You see, when I was still 27, I was in the army, and I ended up getting frozen in a block of ice. And then, 60 something years later, hold on. What is it? Hold on, yeah, sorry. Yeah, 66. So, and 66 years later, I got thawed out. It's what? Thawed out and pretty much survived. It's oh, well, I guess I should be calling you my elder then. Just kidding. No, he wouldn't say that. He hates the Shield Hero. Um, so yeah, you know the drill. They go. Yeah, you know the drill. They go into the room that it compare things, and and they compare questions. And so, Captain America. Oh, jeez. Sorry, it's the mental. I keep bringing up this mental script, but that's really what this is. Like I'm just like sort of reading down the lines. I keep saying Naofumi in this because that's like what it is normally. It's so strange. I don't know why I keep doing it. It just helps. I was like, okay, so I guess we should learn a bit about ourselves, where we're from, um, and like what we're from, like, and that kind of stuff. So they all tell different things. Captain America, like, they all say different things, and they all say that they haven't heard of the other locations before. And Captain America says, "Well, I would say that if we're all summoned from to one world, I believe it would be possible that there could be others, like separate worlds. Of course, I'm not from Japan, I'm from America, but yeah, like, but I have the feeling that all of us are from different worlds since none of you can decide this together." I was like, "What? You're not from Japan? Like, you're not from Japan? How are you from America if you speak Japanese so well?" Um, and Captain America responds, "Well, that's simple. I believe that the fact that we can understand these people, um, while they're writing, because I'm gonna say he saw, some sort of like sign or like writing on a wall. Like when we can't read the writing is because these cardinal weapons, um, these cardinal weapons translate stuff for us. They probably do many other things as well, since they're legendary weapons." I was like, and then he transforms it into the Captain America shield, into the Vibranium Shield. Sorry, I probably should clear this up. The powers of Vibranium Shield. So first, it's gonna be like Captain America throwing it around where it like bounces around on people. It's like chain throw, I guess. Chain shield throw. Yeah, something like that. And there's that, and then there's the vibranium part of it. I guess the chain shield throw is like just ability, so he's able to do that with pretty much any shield. Yeah, because he's able to use like airstrike shield without, stuff like that. So yeah, then the ability for the vibranium shield is it takes like it's pretty much like the powers of vibranium. Like it absorbs friction, and then it can like release it. In this case, by either like hitting it back, like when it gets hit by when it gets hit by something, then he could like apply the force from there and have it like knock, like make them fly away. Like and yeah, and there's also there's that, and he can like slam it into the ground to make like giant shock waves. If enough friction is built up. So yeah. And he says, "Oh, cool! They can Okay, good. They can transform. And I have my old shield as well." It's like, and the other heroes are jaws hit the ground. They're like, "You can already transform your weapon? Where do you get it from?" He says, "Oh, I didn't get it from anywhere. It's just that I already, like, it's what I was holding when I got summoned to this world." "You have a shield as a weapon?" "Well, of course. Well, I am like you. You were holding a shield." "Well, yes. I was on a I mean, I was looking through a mage's house when I came across a magic book that summoned me. Magician. Sorry, I'm not saying mage. What do you mean by magician? There's no like magic doesn't exist except for like in games like this. I was like, well, in my world there is. I mean, of course, most people wouldn't have to deal with that. It's just that for a hero to, like, for one of the Avengers to do that. Sorry, they're probably just like he's probably not gonna say all that. He's probably just gonna go to bed after like in reading through his help menu. So yeah, because I have a limited time span. I don't know. I feel like this could be like an hour and a half long, since I'm going into more detail. But I don't want to do that. But I want to get to at least like a little bit. Yeah, I might have to do that. I might have to, yeah, get that. So yeah, I don't know. So the next day they go into the throne room, and the king greets them and says, "Here are the finest adventurers that we have in the kingdom. Adventurers, choose who you want to be with." Yeah. And all of them go to the other heroes' party except for Captain America. I'm barely keeping myself from saying now for me. Like, it's very close. Honestly, this mental script is really helping. It's weird. But yeah, so like he sort of he's surprised by the fact that no one wants to join him compared to everyone else, and he does find it suspicious. He's like, well, nobody's with me. Won't anyone join me? Then I'm gonna start skipping a little bit. All right, a hand raises in Marias's part. Ugh. Yeah, in Marias's party, it's my Malty, or whatever or what her other name is. I'm not. Yeah. I should say she who shall not be named. I could do that, but nah. I'll leave it in mine. So yeah, mine raised her hands, and I'll join the Shield Heroes party. I believe that no hero should go out alone, especially not the Shield Hero. And like he accepts this gratefully, and then yeah, as they go around, as they walk out of the town, he asks what they're looking for, that they probably need weapons and armor first. And while he doesn't need, he needs to get her some weapons and himself some armor. He's like, don't you need some weapons too, Sir Hero? Well, actually, this weapon won't allow me to wield any weapon other than a shield. But there is an interesting ability I'd like to try out, but maybe not right now. I'm not gonna have him just. I don't know. Should I have him discover the weapon copy system so soon? Yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, I really don't know. You can tell me if you want to. You guys tell me. If you want him to have discovered it, there are some shields that I will give him, that are, they aren't in the original, but I feel like they could definitely exist. So, yeah. So yeah, when he asks for that and they go into Erhard's shop, he does some better bargaining, and he tells mine no for the weapons and armor, and she just pouts. Like, he does better bargaining than no from me. He just demands that it's free. And the man can sort of tell that this man is respectable. And so, yeah. Okay, so so they end up going into the fields, and he goes to pop some balloons. He invites mine to the party. He does, because he knows about that. And she accepts, and she wants to see if... And mostly... And, yeah. So they go off, and he is about to punch... Like, he looks at his stats, and he sees that he has quite a bit of strength since he's able to, like, lift a car in part of a building, from what I know. Like, he's able to lift a car with multiple people in it, so he definitely will have high attack stat, probably higher than all the other heroes combined so far. So he punches it. I'm not sure if I get... I don't know. So yeah. His shield... it does that. Like, besides that, and he punches it, he destroys it, like, it pops, and he gets experience, like 1 experience. And while he does know from the help guide that you gain more experience if you're away from the other heroes, but he doesn't want to go away from the other heroes just yet, just because he doesn't know what kind of monsters he'll find and, like, what levels they'll be. He sees, like he hears a growl, and sees, like, 5 other, 5 other balloons ranging from, red, like, orange, red, yellow, and yellow, and he eventually gets to, like, he uses the shield, like, chain shield throw, and pops all of them. So yeah. And when they get back to the inn, he, like, as he knows, he is not able to get drunk since he looked at all of his abilities, just to put care on that. I don't want to make him too overpowered. Yeah. You know, I'm not going to make him too overpowered just yet. He's still, like, his strength is probably equal to the other heroes, I'd say. Like, his attack stat is equal to, I don't know, Itsuki. Yeah. So, like, maybe 25, possibly? I don't know, something like that. I'll do that. So, he's still able to pop the balloons quite easily. But yeah. And, yeah. So, he ends up... Yeah, so... And he did end up, like, he could sort of tell that she was a bit acting weird, since, he has time, like, he spends pretty much every day with Black Widow, the deadliest assassin in the world, so, yeah. I think he'd be able to tell the difference between that. So, yeah, they go to eat, they buy stuff, and she offers him a drink. He says no, sure, I mean, I might as well add it to the shield, right? I won't be able to, and even if I did drink it, I won't be able to get drunk, so I might as well just feed it to the shield to get stronger. It's like, oh, you won't, it's rude to refuse the offer of a woman in this country. It's like, oh, so it's a matriarch then. indeed. Normally, men would listen to a woman and believe that, and yeah, do what she says when that comes to that kind of stuff. So he thanks her for thanks her for the drink. After feeding it to the shield, and he gets like a shield, like wine shield, where he's able to make it so that any people who he's able to choose what people will be able to get drunk or something like that, like if they're able to get drunk or not. He's able to do that so that like he'll be able to like expand the poison resistance, I guess, but only for drinks. Yeah, that kind of stuff. So yeah, so yeah, they eventually he wakes up and he sees, and he did suspect her, so he hid his money. Like he tried feeding one of his, like he put one of the coins in in his shield, just to test it. It was like peddler's shield, so it's like it's able to hold money. He does that, and then he knows about the inventory, so he puts his costume on that. So yeah, he has his inventory. He puts his costume in there, and he jeez. He eventually like he yeah, and he has some sort of alarm, like I don't know. Nah, I won't do that. Like he's a light sleeper, I'd say, since he's a soldier, so I'll go with that. And he yeah, so what he ended up happening is like while he was asleep, he sort of woke up when he heard the door opening a little bit, like peeking out, and Mine's head peeking through, and she sees him up and looks surprised. I was like, okay, what, like, hi, what are you doing out here in the middle of the night? He was like, oh, Sir Shield Hero. I was just making sure you're okay. I was like, well, I guess I'll have to go for now. It's like, okay, bye. And so she doesn't steal any of his stuff, even if he had any of the stuff that he could steal. And she sort of leaves the door open there, and I'm just gonna say he notices it, but doesn't mind it. So what eventually happens is he wakes up with, oh yeah, he had his chainmail, but yeah, I'm gonna say that it's like that could, like, he doesn't buy it just because. Let's say that the costume he had on was sort of like improved by Tony to do that. And so yeah. Oh yeah, I thought about this joke, where it's like when he looks at the like the status and his stuff at first, like in the throne room. I don't think I covered that. I think I forgot about it. But yeah, and she oh. He sort of like when he sees he can't get drunk, he sort of laughs a little bit and says, "Oh man, Tony would be furious at this." Just saying that. So yeah, so it's yeah, so I'll say yeah. So, now and then, dang it, he hears knocking on the door. I'd forgotten. I was thinking of, like, in the throne room again. Dang it. So, dang it, script. Mental script. He says, "Shield Hero, open up." Like, he wakes up and he gets up and he opens it and says, "Hello, hello, officers. What is this about?" It's like, "Shield Hero, you are to come to the palace this instant. The king demands that you come to the palace." Well, I guess I could do this for now. Like, I mean, I don't know where mine is, so I might as well go through with it. I sort of wanted to, yeah, I might as well go through with it. It's still early in the morning, so, and we're not going to be leveling yet, so why not? So, traveled around with spears pointing at him. He notices this and wonders what that's about. But yeah, he eventually makes it to the throne room and he's shoved over. He doesn't fall to his knees. But he's surrounded by guards who point spears at him. It's like, mine. Good to see you again. Where were you, and why are you with Mariasu? And she just sort of cries crocodile tears and hides behind him. And the king just says, "Shut it, criminal." I'm honestly just gonna sort of skim over this because the more interesting part is up ahead. I'm sorry. If you people like this a lot, it's just I have a when I was doing this, I had this idea and I'm really itching to use it. I might use it even more for future what ifs because I really like the idea. Or something similar to it. So, yeah, that happens. And so, yeah. Jeez. It was late, but yeah. So, it's criminal, how, mine, will you please repeat what happened? You monster, how dare you? You think this world is, I can't believe you are a hero. Sorry. Instead of this, before that, Captain America just says, "Excuse me? What are you talking about? I never did it. Never did such a thing." I was like, "Shut up. You ever call yourself a hero?" I was like, "Why would I want to do that? She's my party member. As you said, as you said the night before, shield the shield class usually needs help usually, so I might as well take all the party members I get. Besides, I'm used to working with a team." Yeah, so it's not like I'm not used to working on a team, so why not? Why would I want to do that? It's shut up. We know insolent scum by the king. You dare speak against your crimes. It's and he just says, "Huh, no, you won't even admit to your crimes. How pathetic." What crimes? It's and you continue to deny it, besides, despite all the evidence against you. I was like, "What evidence? Show me the evidence. If there is evidence, then show me it." I mean, there's nothing in my room that would give myself away, so why would like that would give anything away, and I doubt there was anything in her room. Yeah, sorry. Like there's nothing I did, so there's clearly no evidence for it. And yeah, he has the guard come in and take out the underwear. Says this was found like during a short scan of the Shield Hero's room. This was found, and mine more crocodile tears, and anyone what do you also there undeniable proof that you did it. Like if you weren't a Cardinal hero, I'd have you killed on the spot. But yeah, it was like but that's the problem. You said like there's a big difference in your story here. She said that I burst into her room and started ripping her clothes and glowing off. So why would that be in my room? And if I ripped it off, why is it completely intact? It's like, shut it. It doesn't like. I tell you when not to talk. It's like, and that whole fiasco ends. And so yeah, he goes out to train. Like he does not give up his money or anything. He just walks out. And because of this, he has more money to spend. So yeah. Wait, hold on. How is it already 40 minutes? Wow. When you go into detail, this really does suck. Wow. I guess I'll have to do like an hour-long special or something. No, not an hour-long special. I'll have to go like an hour and a half or something like that. I don't know. Just a long time. Just to be able to get through this. I mean, I'll definitely have enough time. So, hey, that's cool. More content for me. So yeah. Like he's pulled behind and like, did you do it? That whole fiasco. I'm just gonna say everything is very similar, except for that he gets to a higher level and gets more, like loot, so he gets more money when he like he doesn't threaten anyone either. He just like was like have and then the like shopkeeper does the have a business to run is like I mean I'm a hero, so why do you charge overprice for it? Shouldn't you be underpricing it so I can help save the world? And the guy sort of just doesn't give up, and he's ended up being forced to take out the balloons, and that happens. And then where there's the three guys who try to rob him. There we go. Here gets the interesting part. Here's the interesting part of the story, episode 2. So, he takes them down, and then the slave trader comes up. Pretty much everything, was like, what do you mean by, sorry, it's like, everything goes the same as, like, slaves, of course. I was like, oh, why would I want slaves? I'm like, oh, well, they can never betray you. I'm like, so I believe you could use that. I was like, I'm sorry, you're here. Don't you want to save some poor innocent souls? I'm sorry, I think to myself, he's quite a point. So yeah, he goes over just to save some in need, like people that are in need that he can actually save. So he's led around and until he hears cough, like he walks around seeing pretty much demi-humans or beastmen that are either feral, are like too far gone, like that are like pretty much dead or slash dead, or they just or they just don't like they look healthy and don't seem to be in need. So yeah, he ends up hearing two children coughing, and he looks over and sees in a cage three kids. One with a raccoon girl. I was gonna say Tanuki. There we go. I could say it. A Tanuki girl. And he sees two white tiger children. One seems to be laying down, wrapped in bandages head to toe, and seems to be coughing a lot. The brother sees the boy sees him and runs in front of her no, stay away from my sister. It's and the slave trader comes back and is yes. While the boy is fierce, the other two are quite sick and aren't along for this world. And he just says, I'll take them though. I mean, I'm a hero. I need to save people, especially children in need, and especially children that are suffering. So yeah, that happens, and he's hero. It's well, yes, I guess this world calls me shield hero. And he holds up his shield. It's so he buys them, and he's told about how the tiger, the Snooky girl, she just has a mild cold but isn't long for this world, and that the tiger, he's told their names: Raftalia, Full, yeah, I think the name's weird. Full and Atla. Yeah, I'm gonna say Atla. And Atla, and how Atla has a hereditive sickness where she can't see or walk, a hereditary illness where she cannot see or walk. So, but she takes his hand and says, "You seem to be a nice person who wants to help everyone else." And it's well, yes, I am a hero. I need to help everyone in need. And yeah, she pretty much the same thing happened. He ends up buying them and he brings them over, and he ends up going to the apothecary to try and get some medicine. Yes, if there's any medicine for this, he buys medicine for Raftalia, which it works, or he makes medicine. He had made medicine for Raftalia, gives it to her. He asks what the strongest, what kind of thing would heal the Atla, and he's told that there is nothing. That it's Yggdrasil, but he'd never be able to afford it. It's a bunch of gold coins, since yeah. And so he ends up going to Erhard's shop and asks two things: one, if he could get weapons for them, and two, if they where he could find Yggdrasil. Erhard, and at that point he checks the statuses. He's told that Yggdrasil can only is very rare, and probably only place he's going to be able to get it is from the king's treasuries, but that's probably not going to happen, at least anytime soon. So the girl is sick, and he looks at the statuses of the kids. So he sees Raftalia being a raccoon demi-human slave, level 1. The boy, full Phaon. I'm just gonna call him Full Phaon. Phaol. I'm gonna call him Full. Full. I don't know, just Full. Sees that he's he uses most of his money on them. He says that he's around level 20, since he wasn't I'm just gonna say he was sold after he's after fighting Urena for less time. So he's level 20. higher level than Captain America. I'm still thinking alchemy. But yeah, so he ends up, and then he sees that they are half demi-human, half human, Hakuko. And he sees the girl level 1 with like sicknesses, so that all of her points are lower than that. And he learns about the aura thing, but she can't still can't walk, so it's not the most useful. He then asks, half demi-human, half human. Huh. I'm honestly sort of surprised by that. Would you mind telling me who your parents are? I just wanted to know where, I just want to know if I can return you to them. Then, all three of them look down sad and says, Raftalia says, my parents were killed in the first wave. Sorry, no. She just, it looks down and, looks sad. Captain America, I'm gonna call him Steve. I'm calling him Steve, because Captain America, even for, sad moments like this, that just doesn't seem right. I'm calling him Steve. I'm gonna call him, I'm gonna end up calling him now for me. But yeah, Steve, he realizes what happened, how they did, and, so he asks the other two, and they say that both of their parents are dead, but they're willing, they are still, but they are of a noble household. It's like, oh, would you like to tell me? I would very much like to hear. Atla tells him, not Full. Full does not trust him. Atla, she says that's, it's pretty much if you ask questions about them, it's Atla that answers. She says that, her grandfather is that famous, Hakuko, king. I think he led the army, something like that. Against in the giant war. Oh, cool. Nice subscriber. Thank you, bro. Yeah. He's told how grandfather's famous, and Earhart's surprised by this, and he asks who their father and mother were. Son of Tyran, there we go, and Lucia. He was like, Lucia, huh? Any last name? And I say Lucia Fabulae, which made Earhart's eyes widen. And he's like, Lucia Fabulae as in the king's sister? And that sort of surprises Steve. That surprises Steve because he now has 2 demi-human slaves that are the nephew and niece of the king. Yeah, and he thinks about that. Sorry, I just sort of, yeah. So, yeah, so I was like, I don't know if she's royalty, but it'd be cool if we were royalty to 2 countries. And yeah, Earhart is surprised because everyone thought that Lucia was dead. And he asks how happy was she? I was like, what? what she was like, and tells him that she was blind. She suffered from the same illness as Atla, but thanks to Yggdrasil, I think she probably used Yggdrasil. She was able to walk. Still not be able to see though. So yeah, that's immensely surprising, and and so Erhard asks if she's still alive, and she says no. She ended up dying to sickness after I was born because we didn't have enough funds to pay up because we were in debt to buy my medicine. So, and that's the same reason why we were in slavery. So, answers for that. Says and Steve asks if it's possible to get Yggdrasil from the king, and her just tells him, I mean, he hates demi-humans, but I mean, if they're family, then sure, yeah, probably should be. And sure, it's night at this time, so he goes to the castle and asks to meet with the king, like, talk with the king, like, to set up a meeting with the king, yeah, that, and with the other heroes present. Of course, he doesn't ask for that. That just happens. Like, he just assumed that was going to happen. So the king, confused about this, but decides it's a way to weaken Naofumi by ruining his image even more. Especially with the other heroes there. Maybe they'll kill him, something like that. I don't know. They end up, he ends up accepting, and I'm gonna leave it off there because I just want to think. Yeah, I know it's a cliffhanger. Hour-long special. Hour-long special. Something like that. I know it's gonna be I know it's a big cliffhanger. But I'm gonna try. I'm just gonna think on what to write more. Also, my neck really hurts, so yeah. So I'm gonna take this time now. See if I can get to an hour to address some things. I'm sorry I couldn't do it for a while. I would have done this sooner, but football is very exhausting. And this time it's like later in the day, like only a couple hours after I wake up, so I have to like get ready as soon as I can, and then I have to get ready at like I wake up at like noon usually, so that happens. And so yeah, and it just so I'm just hoping. Yeah, I'll try to make more. I probably won't be able to go to football tomorrow, so I'll try to make another tomorrow. Just because my neck, like, yeah, I don't know, something happened to it. I don't really know. It happened while I was playing football. But yeah, so I'm sorry stuff takes so long. And I'm sorry I'm gonna try and set up. After this series is done, I'm gonna end up setting up a poll. I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna figure out how. I'm gonna set up a poll on a couple different what ifs, and you guys will vote. Out of your favorites, you'll tell me. And the most liked one will be going down. That will be the next series after this. So, thank you guys. Thank all of you. And I will see you. Goodbye.